the back to back to back three in a row. You know what I'm saying? I might be a three repeat like MJ and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how y'all doing today, man? Hope you're doing good. We're gonna go for the way forward. We're gonna talk about the three chapters. We're gonna talk about the, first page. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the first page, first two pages. So I think what I'm gonna do. We're on page. We're on the first page. We're gonna do 3 pages. We're gonna do 3 pages a day. So expect me to have a lot of pages. And I know the other thing we was doing, I'll get back to that in a minute. But your boy is trying to do that content. Yo, feel me. But let's get into it. There are times when all you can do is survive. Moments when growing doesn't even seem like an option. Healing feels hundreds of miles away. Trauma and old hurt can weigh so heavily that all you can do is try to stay afloat, to endure another day. If existing takes every ounce of your energy, then alone is hero, 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 hero work or hero work. So let me break it down. Let me read it again and I want you to hear it clearly. There are times when all you do is survive. Moments when your growing doesn't seem like an option. Healing feels hundreds of miles away. Trauma and hurt and only and trauma and old hurt could weigh so heavily. All you can do is try to stay afloat to endure another day. Assisting takes every ounce of your energy, then alone is hero work. So let's break it down. So when they saying there are times when you can do is survive, moments when growing doesn't seem like an option, healing feels hundreds of miles away, right? We're going three. What they're trying to say in that they're trying to say there's gonna be moments in your life, there's gonna be times, there's gonna be moments, there's gonna be months, days. I'm gonna say a few examples. If you're dealing with a household when you had to deal with divorce, or you're dealing with abuse, you're dealing with neglect, or you're dealing with just anything else that's bad like that, or poverty, or whatever the case may be in your life, it's gonna be all you gotta do. All you're trying to do in that day is survive to the next day, to the next, to the next, to the next. You're not thinking about what you gonna get for Christmas. You're not thinking about when your birthday. You're thinking about, yo, I gotta survive this moment, and I gotta figure this out. And what he's trying to say, or the author trying to tell us is that's when you're gonna have to. Growing is not even an answer. We're not in your mind. Healings, you're not gonna be healing right now. You know, it's about surviving that moment. You gotta focus on that moment to survive. So like at that moment, it's fine. Sometimes it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that, man. It's gonna be like that when you're not worried about healing or growing. It's gonna be more of surviving. Now let's get to the next part. He said the trauma and the old hurt could weigh so heavily. Before I even start, your trauma, things before, whatever you're surviving at that moment, and whatever you experienced in the past, the trauma, the PSD, or whatever the case may be, what affects your feelings still to this day, and the hurt that is so old, it's gonna be like heavy. So let's think about this like you're working out. It could be 300 pounds. You're bench pressing, but you're trying your best to lift it up, but you're not able to lift it up. Like you're fighting it every day. Like that 300 press is in your head. Or let's say not even that. Let's say in a martial arts movie where you're the main character and you're fighting a whole army of yourselves. And you're fighting them every day. You're thinking you're gonna win, you're winning, and just that's what you're dealing with mentally. And then what it does, it affects you mentally, but what it affects you physically, it could be like a negative effect. Your body's, feelings, you could get sick, you feeling all these effects. And so what it says next is that all you do is try to stay afloat. What do you mean afloat? It means stand up, like fighting through it. You're still fighting you're fighting those martial arts people. You're fighting that 300 bench press. You're trying to get to the next day. And that's what it says to endure the next day, is to stand to the next day. So when it says at the end, it says that existing takes every ounce of your energy, then alone that is hero work. What it's trying to say is what you're doing right now, growing, If growing healing's not, and you're trying to survive, then every ounce of existing is that's alone you're a hero. You're able to just keep going to work while you're dealing with stuff at home, or you're able to chill with your homies even though you're dealing with stuff at school, or even at school and you're dealing with stuff with family stuff, or even whatever the case may be in your life. You're still existing in this world. Showcase how much that work is. Whatever you're going through that people don't know, and you're able to make a smile or make people laugh, or able to be around in this world, still showcase how much your existing is important, and that what you're doing, it should be, you should be able to inspire others, because you might be going through so much pain that no one knows, but you're able to just still put this smirk, laugh, or make people have a great day, or make customers, whatever the case may be. You're able to have this wonderful positive energy, showcase that, yo, there's a reason there's a reason you shouldn't be thinking about why am I important, why I need to be in this life. You should be thinking like, yo, I'm really like, whatever I'm going through right now, I'm gonna get through it. I know it, because I'm able to deal with this pain, but I'm able to, call my homies, chill with my homies, make them laugh, spend time with people I love, you know, able to still somehow work at my job, still able to go to school, get things done, even though I'm not in a great mentals. That's you're existing for a reason, man. That's that. Let alone that is work that no one could do on themselves. Like, there's certain friends in my life, people that I know that there's like, there's a friend of mine that have never told me about, what they're going through and stuff, and you know, let alone like I asked my homegirl about it. I was like, hey, why he never asked me, like, but he always tests, and she says, she's trying to test to see if you still gonna be with him and stuff, and yeah, that's what I do sometimes too. And when she said that, it didn't hurt me. It was more of like, you going through so much that it's hard for you to trust. The dude I was talking about in the last video too, I was saying like he didn't trust nobody. It's because whatever he's going through made him not want to trust people. Made him not, be, how do I know I can trust you? And it's like, I understand it to the point where people want to test people to see if they're gonna be in their lives. Like, what I do, I don't even test people, bro. Like, I stay to myself, and yeah, sometimes I don't call people and stuff, not because I don't. And this whole thing where never let anyone say something that's not true. My cousin said this a long time ago, like, you're antisocial. No, antisocial has nothing to do with keeping my energy towards myself and not bringing no bad energy in my life. There's a difference. And certain people in my life or family and stuff, seeing things that I have seen in my own life when I was young, and things that I've seen when I'm older, things where it's still dealing with this point. It's like, bro, I see bad energy. I see it. I see what people going through. I see it. There's no reason to talk about it. So that's why sometimes I see what people go through, and it's like, bro, we don't need to talk. Why would I need to talk to you? You're still, going through a lot. Like, there's a cousin of mine, or a lot of cousins, that they went through a lot of things that I won't explain, but just say, like, they went so much, like, all they doing is surviving every day, and I'm proud they still alive, because I wouldn't be able to deal with what they went through. And there's certain people in my friends and family. So it's just to let you know, like, what you're going through, like, just know that existing, if it takes, is it like existing every ounce of your energy, what you're doing alone is something that no one can do. So just be proud of that. Don't just think like it's the end of the world. Just know that what you're doing, even though you're not growing, you're not healing either. What surviving is what you need to do. Then that's what you need to do. All right. The next page. Let's get it. Page 4. People who have revived themselves after almost drowning in trauma does not get enough credit. Even though their pain was massive, they did not stay stagnant or become bitter. They knew the only way out was the path of healing, and they used it to start a new life. So let's break this down. Let's get back and break down. They said people who have revived themselves after almost drowning in trauma, or almost drowning in trauma, does not get enough credit. So a lot of stars, a lot of people, we could say a lot of examples. We have a lot of examples we could talk about. But let's break this down as simple as most way. Let's break this down. We could do a Clark Kent. We could do Spider Man. I'll give yourself, and I say Spider Man, man. Let's talk about, let's break it down with Spider Man, man. How, if you know comics or you know movies, how he went through a lot, losing an aunt, or let's not even just trying to spoil people, losing a loved one or a girlfriend, what the case may be. Somehow he still managed to still go to be that Spider Man, to still be Peter Parker, and what it's trying to show you that yes, he lost, he's going through grief and stuff, but he's still trying to revive his own self. You know, we could even go to Jesus with it. Like, not even just Jesus, we could go with the characters in a book. The only reason I can't, because I gotta read the book and I gotta like really lock down in that. But there's a lot of people we could talk about. You know, we could talk about wrestlers. We could talk about, you know, we could talk about Iron Man actor Robert Downey Jr., where, you know, he almost lost his life, but you know, the court, you know, after the whole, you know, what he's dealt with in the court and all that, and then what happened after he became Iron Man, he had a chance to revive himself. Ever since that, he has not come apart from that. You know, he stopped all that stuff, and it showcased like not even just that, just other things too. Like sometimes your reputation, your character might be down. Sometimes you're gonna have to you're going through a lot of trauma stuff, or just a lot of things that didn't make sense. Like, and as this next paragraph, what it says, even though the pain was massive, even though that pain was so much hurt you're dealing with, it didn't stop you. You didn't complain. You didn't come bitter. You only knew the only way out was the path of healing. Use it to start a new life. I'm gonna say something when I say it because it's my own life. I lost one of my parents at a young age, and it really messed me up for a minute. Like, I'll say, me healing, it didn't. I didn't heal for like a year, right? But when I realized, like, not seeing what I was doing to people, but I was seeing how dark I was more in the darkness. My dark, you know how you have a light side of yourself and a dark side of yourself. I was so much in my dark side of myself. I was like, bro, something's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like, you know how Batman, instead of sticking to his code of not killing, he sticks to killing. Like, and then he realized suddenly, like, why am I doing this? So what I did was, well, first, my aunt, I appreciate, went helped me out with my spiritual. I went to church all the time, helped me out. I didn't know that was helping me out sooner or later. Um, my friends were helping me out very much that they don't know to this day. That I appreciate them much, that we call in sometimes, or when I spent time at college when I was going through a lot, they helped me out. Who else? Basketball helped me somehow. Love it to death. Helped me out. I'd say YRG helped me out. This wonderful streamer, your age, made his community since, it's funny, I think since 2017 or 2019. I think 2019 he really started. 2017, 2019. I think 2017 he really started because he was plugging 2017, 18, then 19 he really started streaming. But I truly appreciated him because he helped me out. Um, my mom helped me out a little bit, but I think me just having peace at her household helped me out. And there's a lot of other things that helped me out. My therapist helped me out. There's a lot of things that helped me out. The path of healing. But the way I realized it was the only way, because when you're dealing with a lot of trauma, when you're dealing with a lot of stuff, you think hurting people, you think being negative to yourself going to help out, and in reality it's not helping yourself out. It's unhelping yourself out. It's making your body worse. It's making you it was crazy that whole year though. I didn't get sick, and I was so negative. It was so weird. I was so negative, but I didn't get sick. I think I did, but I didn't. Like, I didn't get sick at all. Like, it was so weird. But, and also I say my friends in Chile really helped me out too, because going to a different country for the first time, but able to chill out. My friend Josh, there's a lot of people in my life that helped me out. And what let me get back to what really was helping me out. That really started, I will say, like, not all the people. If I had to say one thing that really helped me out, that really opened my eyes, was Rage. Because ever since I've been with this community, been watching him, he has helped me out so much. Like, streamers could help you out, but like a content creator where they're saying things like at that time he was saying things where people were asking questions, and that what I did with that information, I started doing in my own life. Start how about working out? How do I what do I do to get better? Boom, we do this and that. He's talking about how do I, it was a video he was talking about. It was something, not girls, but it was something he said. He said, you got to get better in your own life. It was a lot of things he said around 2020 that really helped me out and that, you know, get better. But what I'm trying to say is I think for that person, hopefully one day I go drink, I go see that guy, Shane. That's one dream of mine, but I keep going, hopefully next year might be, not this year, but next year. But there's a lot of things that happened, but it was, I really thank them. And that's why I got this YG tag, you know what I'm saying? Because it really helped me impact my life, but it made me a better person at the end of the day. There's some things I still got to work on, but it really, like, solved me. Like, it made me open my eyes to what I was doing to everyone around me. But it's that's what it is, man. You're gonna have to figure out, like, maybe what you're doing is not it. You thinking being negative, thinking of, doing all this and that gonna help, thinking work on solve your answers. Being busy not gonna help your pain. You know, being unavailable to family is not gonna help your pain. Being unavailable to even talk about journaling or like talk to your own self what you're doing. Like like running away from your own pain doesn't do anything. Treating your pain using weed, alcohol, whatever the case may be, is not gonna help you out. You got to figure out, okay, let me go to therapy. Let me go meditate. Let me go journal. Let me go talk to God. Like, there's a lot of things you got to work on for that healing. So don't think, oh, I need to do this, or don't be negative about what you're going through. Think of it as the better way. How can I get better from this? So I want to go more of it, but yeah, man, there's a lot of things that made me. But I would say, like, if I had said one person particularly, it was YG. That really opened my eyes to what I was doing. Now this is the last page, and then we're out. The unpopular truth: what meant for you will sometimes feel scary, risky, and new. Easy and calm don't always mean you're moving in the right direction. Big words usually come from having guts and the determination to create your own path. So this is to all of us. Whatever whatever's scary, whatever's risky and new, don't run away from it. Go for it. Take the risk. Risk is what you need to do. I'm gonna say this for 2020, the rest of our life. Go for risk. You think someone's cute, whatever the case, go shoot your shot, man. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what pretty much it is. Go for it. Who cares? Stop thinking. Me starting a channel or me going back to making channels or me streaming, whatever the case of me is new, bro. Go for it, man. Like, me doing this feels good because, like, maybe it's healing my pain or maybe it's helping me out with other things that, you know, you don't know what I'm going through. Easy and calm don't always mean you're moving in the right direction. What it means like that, it means like if you think life is good and you're calm, don't always mean like you're going in the right direction. You could be in the opposite direction. Yeah, you might be feeling good and calm, gang. You're wrong. You are wrong, God, my boy. You are wrong. You are so wrong. Like you think you're clear, you're right, you know it. No, you don't know it. You just don't know. And it says the biggest rewards usually come from having guts and determination, or you can say grit to create your own path. When I'm gonna say this, you gotta have guts. You have to have the grit to go. Like, my goal is to drop videos and just keep going. Like, I know I'm not gonna post it. I'm just gonna drop videos, and in a few days I'll see how it goes. But you gotta have guts to create your own path. You gotta to like. There's a lot of streamers, content creators like Kai Cenat, who Stream University that just happened. He wasn't even like the most famous guy, and he was top 10 in there. Like, got like he was somehow great at doing something that he wasn't even on his own channel. He was in everyone else's channels, and how he made it all about them was so great. Like, True University was a thing because it showed like the best growth can be teaching others. And it's stupid. Like, I was reading a manga recently, and he was saying like the best teaching is learning. Like, no, the best teaching, no, the best learning. I messed it up. The best learning is teaching others. because you're teaching them information, but it's better. It's making you master that skill which you're teaching them. So it's helping you out, but it's helping them out, and it's making a blast for everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, go for things, man. Like me and my homie was talking about things, and I told him like, hey, I'm doing this and that, and I wasn't doing it no more, and I'm like, yo, I'm back to it, your boy, back to it. You know what I'm saying? But from these three channels, from not three channels, from these three pages, what it's really trying to tell us, we break it down. The first page was talking about how you're gonna go through times where all you're gonna have to focus is on surviving, enduring what you're dealing with. You know, it might be abuse, it might be neglect, it might be divorce, whatever the case may be. But you're not gonna be focused on healing and that. But the next page, but when it's time when you don't have to survive no more, it's time to look at that pain that's so bad to you, but realize that the path of healing is going to be your way out to all of this, and this to really get you to a new arc of yourself, new character, someone different, a whole new life, you know, a whole new way, you know. And the last page we just talk about, sometimes whatever's meant for you, it's gonna be feel. It's gonna be scary risks. Those risks, those moves that's gonna be, you don't know what you're gonna do. It feels scary, risky, new. You know, it's gonna be meant for you. That's sometimes it's gonna be meant for you. But then when you're easy and calm, sometimes and some it's not gonna be always mean you're in the right path, the right way. You might turn the wrong turn. You think you're going to the right way. Buddy, you're in the wrong way. And it says the biggest rewards usually come from having. And then lastly, it was saying the biggest rewards it comes when you have the guts and grits to make your own path, you make your own way. Because no one can predict what you're gonna do in your future. No one can predict. Create your own way. Start whatever you're gonna start. Start a channel. Start doing whatever. Like I have things. Like I talked to someone about art a year ago, and he talked about, yo, you need to start your own page and start drawing. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. Like I have so much ideas, but it's like, yo, it's so hard to keep up with all of them, right? But that means I just gotta slow down on certain things, and I gotta take my time mastering other things. So now it's more time to focus on my YouTube and my IG right now. But these three pages we talked about were very one. The first page, like I said, you're gonna go through a lot of things in your life, and all you're gonna have to do is focus on resisting, enduring what you're enduring to survive the next day. Second page is when you finally got the time to realize, like, yo, maybe the only way to get out this is to heal, because it's so badly. Like, maybe healing could help me evolve and have this wonderful new way. And the recent page we just read, the last page, was talking about how the best moves is more when you're feeling scared and risky and new. When you're easy and calm, it might not be always the right path, and the best rewards always come out from having guts and grits to create your own path, man. But that's it for today. Give it a like, subscribe, comment, share. You enjoy your day, man, and keep going for what you believe in, man. Listen to people that don't listen. I ain't gonna listen to people that have things for your dreams. Don't listen to people that don't never went for dreams like you want. So keep going, keep chasing it, keep going, keep grinding, and always try to get better every day, man. Enjoy this wonderful day, and y'all see me again, but with a different shirt tomorrow.